Hey guys, my name is Miranda, and as you can tell from the title of this video, today I am here to react to the first ever trailer for Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. So this is based on a book that I think a lot of you like me probably hold near and dear to your heart. The book was first published in 2012, and I remember reading it. It was probably in high school, maybe middle school, and what was really interesting about it to me was that it was right around that time when I was starting to get into like more mature themed books, I feel like, and ones that focus more on like romance and heavier topics, you know, stuff like that. But the thing that really makes this book stand out to me personally is that as far back as I can remember, I'm pretty sure I'm correct, this was the first book I ever read that didn't have a straight couple as the romance. So it was really great because I feel like back in like 2012, it's not that crazy far away, but I feel like it wasn't as common to find big books like that. Like nowadays it's really great how many novels there are that focus on all types of different relationships, but I just feel like in terms of, especially like back then when I was kind of only reading what was popular, you know what I mean, like what was available at the library, it wasn't like a dime a dozen. So I feel like this one really stood out to me for that, but also just because it was, I feel like I was that kind of age of a lot of the like questions and stuff that they were bringing up about like your place in the world and identity and like all those kind of teenage problems. I feel like I was just on the cusp of that, so it really was relatable and I think eye-opening in a lot of ways, and I'm just so excited that it's getting a movie. I know that it's very special and dear to a lot of my friends' hearts as well, and the movie has been filmed for a while, I think, actually, because when I was originally researching like upcoming book to movie adaptations, this one would always pop up as like being filmed and I think even being screened at a certain movie festival, I want to say. But now there's officially a release date, so it's coming out September 9th of this year, which is just crazy to even say. I definitely want to reread it because it's been a while since I've read it, and I feel like having the background of like all that I've experienced and like the age I am now, looking back and reading it is going to be probably like a totally different experience from when I first read it, and I feel like it's just going to be amazing and awesome. So yeah, I'm excited to check out the trailer. I think they did like a really, as far as I can tell, like all the people involved seem like they're very well in the film industry, right? Like they're actually like doing a good job. So I feel like I'm very excited to see what it's gonna look like and get our first look at it. Yeah, let's check it out. Lynn, why are you in everything? Mm. Oh my gosh, that's the girl from One Day at a Time too. I love her. Oh. She's in this too. Oh my gosh! I didn't check the cast before. I didn't recognize the two main guys, and I didn't really check the cast outside of that. But my gosh. Of course. Oh. Aww. No. Oh gosh. Sheesh. It looks so good, guys. Like, I feel like even if you didn't, like, read the book, like, I feel like it's definitely gonna be one of those, like, instant classic, just, like, coming of age, like they said, because there's so many issues with, like, identity and romance that, like, they deal with that, like, it just feels like, you know how there's, like, a certain feel of, like, coming of age ones. Like, they just feel like there's something magical about the filming, and even just like watching them, you feel like you can get that vibe of just like something special happened here. I feel like that's the vibe I get watching it, because it's just so cute, and the main actors are so good. Like, they have such good chemistry together, and I just really like the idea of, like, especially in that time of your life, like how intense relationships are, you know? And I feel like they did a good job portraying that, of like, you know, just the fights and all that, of how just strongly you feel, and how sometimes you feel like you can't say what you feel. Like, he was even saying, like, maybe it's better if I just keep everything bottled up. Like, just the idea of, like, you feel things so intensely that, like, if you were to even, like, say them out loud, it would fracture the universe, because that's how strong it feels in you. Like, it's breaking you apart, and it's like, how could I ever put that out into the world, because it's just so strong that it would hurt, you know? So I think it looks really, really good and really cute. And just like I said, the performances all look really good. And I love the idea of, like, just discovering that kind of anchor, you know, of like your friendship being an anchor, and like how important they become to each other, and how they really learn from each other. Because I feel like that's the best relationships and friendships, is like you better yourself based on them. Not like making yourself better for them, but like they just make you want to be the best version of yourself. You know what I mean? And I think that's just such a sweet, amazing feeling. And like I said, the timing of it is such a influential time, I feel like, in so many people's lives. That's not like, it's talked about, but it's also not really talked about. And when it is, it's talked about, I think, in a very certain way. Like, we obviously see like coming of age stories of a certain type of like race and sexuality and even gender sometimes, I feel like, a lot. And we've gotten better about like broadening the horizon, but I feel like there's similarities through all of that, because obviously, like, being a teenager, like, the feelings, I feel like, are kind of universal, but then there's also like very nuanced things depending on your culture, your gender, your sexuality, like all that kind of stuff, that like other coming of age stories deserve to be seen and heard just as much as the ones that we have gotten in the past. So I'm excited to expand that. And also, I think, like I said, just see a relationship like that of, you know, falling in love and the fights and all that, and how intense that can get, and how, you know, you really have to not fight for something in a way, but like how he was saying, like, I didn't write to you because, like, it was too hard. Like, you have to put yourself out there, and that's scary, because that's potentially rejection, or not getting like what you wanted from it, and getting your hopes up is scary. And that's something I still struggle with, of like allowing myself to hope for things, and like want positive things to happen, and not just be scared that they're gonna go away. So I feel like that's gonna be like a big thing for me, that like I obviously relate to. I'm definitely gonna want to reread the book, so like I remember more of the story and all that. But I'm so excited, guys. It looks so great. I already feel like me and the girls are gonna get together. The middle school girlies are gonna reunite and go see this movie, because it's so great. It was such an influential and important book. It's one of those books that even now, like, I meet people and like they're like, I love that book, you know, like it just randomly comes up. And I feel like to have a book like that that's not like Twilight, or like one of these big ones that like of course you've heard about it because it's on the news and everything. I don't know, not to gatekeep, but like this like guarded book of like, you know, like not everyone knows about it, but when someone like does name drop it, you're like, okay, like this is my person. I just think that's really fun. So yeah, if you have seen the trailer, let me know what you thought about it down below, and if you're excited for the movie as well, what you're most looking forward to. And yeah, I'm just excited to see it. It's not far away now. September is actually not far away, and I'm just excited. So yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!